If you recall your days in camp, you probably drank some bug juice. That's what it looked like, usually pink or red. You put some crystals in water and sugar. Why was it called bug juice? Well, there are two competing theories. It was generally made in large buckets, and the sugar attracted bugs. That's one possibility. But one that I like better is that some of those flavored crystals were made with cochineal. Cochineal is a tiny little insect, and the female produces a dye. And that dye has classically been used in all kinds of foods and beverages. Let me show you. Take a little bit of the insects. I'm going to grind them up right here. And that will start to squeeze out the dye, as you can already see. And we'll put a little bit of this in there. And look what happens. Bug juice. So I'm not sure exactly why the bug juice in camp was called that, but I think the fact that these crystals did exist with cochineal is a very good chance that that's where the expression came from. Well, I don't think too many people are keen on drinking bugs. But you know what? We're going to have to refocus our attention on what we eat, because pretty soon there will be 9 billion people coming to dinner, and that is going to require increase in agricultural techniques. And animal agriculture is not the answer, because that is not an environmentally friendly business. So many researchers now are looking at eating bugs, all kinds of bugs, crickets, ants, caterpillars, because they're very high in protein. They're easier to raise than animals. You can feed them a lot less than cattle and get the same amount of protein. But of course, there is kind of the disgust factor that's coming into play. But there are already some commercial enterprises that have jumped on the bandwagon. And we have, for example, this Crickstart. It is made with crickets, and crickets supply protein. And there are all kinds of other ones. There's this one here, cricket chips, made with cricket flour. You'll notice also that it is all natural and free of GMOs. Even though it's free of GMOs, of course that's a claim that I don't like, I will be willing to taste it. So here we are. Each of these little chips contains the equivalent of one cricket. Of course, the cricket is ground up into cricket flour. So, how much good am I doing the environment by eating this? Not a whole lot. Let's face it, this kind of stuff is not a dietary staple. But in the long run, I think making some protein extracts from bugs is going to be beneficial for the environment. However, as so often happens, the media take a giant leap. For example, there was a study that came out of Italy which showed that bugs are very high in antioxidants. And antioxidants, of course, have a renommee because they are supposed to prevent disease, supposed to prevent aging. All of that is somewhat circumspect. But look at this headline that appeared in the British Telegraph. Eat ants to prevent cancer? Come on. That is a pretty big leap, even for a flea. How come this headline? The paper said nothing about preventing cancer. It said that bugs contain some antioxidants, and of course, they concluded that because antioxidants have benefits, eating ants is going to prevent cancer. I don't think so. Stay away from the ants, eat lots of fruits and vegetables, and that may play some role in reducing the risk of disease. Anyway, now you know the story behind bug juice and bug-filled crackers. Almost good.